Hmm. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brown, taking it live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling Serenity Sunday. And to all the mothers out there, or those that are in a role of a mother figure, happy Mother's Day. And to those of you who have mothers that have passed, may they be having a happy Heavenly Mother's Day too. So I'm really excited because one of my daughter-in-laws, it's her very first Mother's Day today, and it happens to be Benjamin turned 1 month old today as well. So I'm super excited about that. Um, so yeah, that's a very special Mother's Day for some women out there today. Being their first. So hope it's all super special and that everybody's taking care of you and looking after you and helping you and everything else. But so what's today? Today's all about the art of. I have been off the computer all morning. It's been amazing. We've had an incredible day. Got up, did our normal morning routines, and then hopped in the car, went for a walk, came back, packed up the car with the trash we had to take over to the trash can because we forgot to take it when we were walking, and put our bags into the sorry, I got not the ones under my eyes, unfortunately. Put the stuff in the car, and we dropped the trash off, and then we went for a drive. We got, what did we have for breakfast this morning? We had Burger King for breakfast this morning on our way to the dog park. And we haven't been to the dog park for a while, and Zeffie got there, and it was already, we were there at like 9 o'clock this morning, and it was already 84 degrees. And so I said, Joseph, just take it easy. Just pace yourself. It's a bit of a warm day today, but I had her water with me, and she went through her water in 15 minutes, and she was done. And so we just buckled it up. I says, come on then. So we left, and then another dog was coming in. We waited for the other dog that was coming in to come in, and then she sort of like half attempts to move over towards this other dog, and I was like, really? And she sort of just saunters back to me, and we go and get in the car and come back here, and both of us collapsed from the heat, and filled up her water bowl with water. She drank copious amounts of water when we got home, even though she had water in the car as well. We had water in the car for her. We had water when we got home. And then we kind of just sort of like dozed for a bit. I thought, I need to do grocery shopping. So got online, placed my grocery order. It was here an hour and a half later. And then I thought, oh, I've got to go get the mail. So put a movie on for Zeffie, got all ready for that. And I thought, I'm gonna do something else as well. There was something I have been hankering to do for the last few weeks. I thought and today I finally thought I'm gonna do it. So I got in the car. Zeffie got to stay here, and I went off to go get my mail. I got to the mail place, go to get out of the car and take a step up onto the pavement and see the sign that says, "We're closed for Mother's Day." I'm like, what? What? So now I have to schedule on my calendar this week, sometime after work this week where I don't have any appointments, to go get the mail because I have to get there before 6 o'clock when they close. And I'm so like, because I don't have time in the mornings to run over there, so I'm going to have to do, so I'm so like, bang. And I thought, oh, but now I have more time to go and do this other thing. So I drove off, heading back home because it was on the way back home. And I was now on the right side of the road for it because I had to take a right turn to get into this parking lot. And I went and I parked my car and I walked inside and I opened the door as I walked in and went, oh, I have come home. I was in Barnes & Noble. I have not been in a Barnes & Noble in probably almost 2.5 years. The last time I was in a Barnes & Noble was just before we left San Diego to head on our cross-country trip at the beginning of 2020. So, but I opened the door and stepped in and I just went, and there's that smell that every Barnes & Noble has that, it's just the smell of new books, the smell of new magazines. It's a particular scent that is only at Barnes & Noble. And you walk in and I felt like I'd come home. Barnes & Noble's always been a favorite store of mine anyway, but just to step in and just take that big, deep breath, it's like, I've come home. So I wandered around, and one of the things I wanted to get from the at Barnes & Noble was to go to the magazine stands and have a look for the log cabin magazines. And they only had 3 different ones there. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to grab one of each and we'll deal with that later. And so I just browsed around, picked up another couple of magazines, picked up a couple of puzzle books, because my other puzzle books are getting a little full. And picked up a new journal because my journal that I have here for my morning devotions is almost done. So I like, I need to get a new journal to replace that one. So I found one that would work. And then went to the thing and pulled out my Barnes & Noble card. Now, I get this reaction at every single Barnes & Noble because my card was issued in the first year that they had their Barnes & Noble club or whatever membership thing. It was issued the first year that they had the membership thing. She looks at it, she goes, I've never seen one like this before. I says, yeah, that's one of the original, that's the original cards that they used to have when they first started the program. She's like, really? I says, yes. And I say, I take very good care of that card because it's a relic. It's getting up there, but it still works. And even if it doesn't work, they can just type in the number from the front of the card. And so she does that, and then she says, pay for it and everything. And then she gives me the second, and she gives me the receipt. She'll put this in the bag. And she said, this receipt here is, if you go over to the Starbucks area over there, you'll get your discount off Starbucks by using your card. But this will give you a cookie, a fresh baked cookie at 50% off if you buy one. And I thought, cookies? I haven't had those for a long time. Maybe, but I have in my little packet where my cards are, I also have a Starbucks gift card, and I've been wanting to use it for ages. So I go, this is gonna crack you guys up. I go over to the Starbucks thing. I'm looking at their cookies, and they have these big cookies like this big, and these is one with it's just covered in chocolate chunks. I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of those. I can eat one on the way home and have the other one later tonight or whatever. And so I go up and I place my order for my. Oh, is it a double or a triple? It's a double or a triple chocolate frappuccino thingamabob. It's a blended ice drink that's all chocolate. It has chocolate chips in it. It has chocolate syrup in there. It's got like 2 or 3 different types of chocolate in there. It's chocolate. It's good. It's frozen. It's yum. And then they put whipped cream on top, and then they drizzle the chocolate drizzle over the top of that as well. And so I paid for it and everything, and got my 2 chocolate chip chunk cookies, and like the chunks are the chunks. I could show you that one, but it's sitting over there, and I don't want to go get it because it's maybe with a blank screen. So anyway, so I got my big size chocolate thing drink, and I have no idea what they call it. And I'm like looking at the board and going, see it, and I'm like starting to panic because I don't see it up on the board. And I said, do you still have the double triple chocolate cold ice drink thingamabob? And she's like, yes, we still have that. You can tell how often I go to somewhere like Starbucks. I said, I want the one that's about this big. And it wasn't the very big one that they have. It was the whatever their largest size is before the really big one. And she goes, so you want this size here? And she pulls out, I go, yeah, I want that size. And I'm looking at, yeah, that's the big one. And she goes, yes, I'll take that one. So you can see how often I go to Starbucks. So I got my chocolate drink, frozen chocolate drink. I have my 2 cookies. I have my books and my magazines. I go out to the car, put everything in the car, and I'm driving away. And as I'm heading back towards home, I'm winding my way through the parking lot. I turn onto the road, and I'm on the road to head back to the resort here. And I suddenly realized I did not pay with my Starbucks gift card. So I still have a Starbucks gift card to use. I get all that way through everything because the whole purpose of going to that Starbucks there was to be able to use my Starbucks gift card, and I totally forgot to use it. And it was right there in my little card holder thingy. And I totally forgot to use it. I did get my discount off, though, for my Barnes. And again, got the comment. Never seen a card like this. Oh, that's one that came out in the original years. I said, we left Virginia in 2010, and we had it well before that. I said it was the first year that Barnes & Noble bought out the program. And I said, I don't even remember what year that is. So I'm sure if I go online, it'll tell me how long I've been a member. I've been a member since whenever. But yeah, so... I got my Starbucks and totally forgot to use my Starbucks gift card. Now I'm going to have to find another reason to go back to Barnes & Noble. But the cool part was that when we got back here, Zeffie was chilled, relaxed. She wasn't fussing like she normally does. I did not get a vocal lecture. So I thought, good, she's learning. And I was gone for just over an hour. And then when I got back, I took the time coming inside because I had to put the outside cover back on, which didn't take long. And then I came inside, and she didn't fuss around me as much. She wasn't as vocal as much. So I'm thinking, good, she's, these little breaks are starting to work. That's good. She's not panicking. And she's left with treats. And she did find them all. And she'd eaten the big treat I'd left her as well. So, she had fun. But then I sat down, and so I was back from all of that, and went and got changed because I was in my street stuff. So I had to go put the shorts back on because I don't go out shopping in shorts. No, that's just not done. And thought, I'm going to look at my magazines. So I sat down, I pulled out my log cabin magazines. I'm flipping through going, log cabins have changed. Let me tell you, there was a lot. I'm like, these don't even look like the inside of a log cabin of how I want my log cabin to look. There was all this high-end stuff in there, stainless steel kitchens, and I'm like, this is not, and they had granite counters. I want the wooden counters in my kitchen. Like the butcher block type counters in there. You're in a cabin. I want it to have a cabin feel. I'm like, this is like some luxury resort somewhere. I'm like looking at these cabins going, these are massive. And then I found this little cabin. It was called a dumper. It was called a dumper. And I looked at it and went, perfect. It was 750 square feet. It had a downstairs area and it had a loft area upstairs. It came with 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. No, it said 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but it didn't actually have the floor plan. It just said lower level, which was all one floor plan there, and then it had upper level, which was half of it was a loft. And I thought, that's perfect. I just need to wrap a porch around it, and we're done. So, and it comes with the chinking, the wood cabin, the log cabin with the chinking on it too. And I'm like, yes, I felt my cabin. I just got to add the porch to it and figure out the inside layout because I didn't have a layout on the floor plan there. So I was super excited about that. So then I keep looking through the thing going, these don't look like the inside of a log cabin, especially not, I have a picture in my head of what all these log cabins look like. And so then I'm like thinking, okay. And then I start going through the third magazine, and now they're talking about barns as houses. I'm like, wait, what? And of course, I want my barn RV B&B, have my barn built as a B&B. And so I'm looking at these floor plans and stuff and going, ooh, that lower level plan would work perfectly for what I want to do with the barn. As far as the common area goes with the dining and the kitchen, that is all done. And then we're just going to build the side rooms that will have the movie theater in there and have the conference room. Across the back will be the fitness center. Down the side will be the offices. I thought that's perfect. And then I just got to put the upstairs piece on. And they had this picture of the outside of a barn, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that because it was actually 3 levels. You had the entry level down the bottom, then you had a balcony that went around the middle portion of it, and then you had a balcony around the top area. And I'm like, I kind of like that. So getting my log cabin magazines worked because I did find what I was looking for and came up with some ideas, which was kind of cool. But I was shocked at how upmarket these log cabins are getting, how huge they are, because I haven't looked at log cabin magazines in forever. And I'm looking, and then they had this whole area on cabins, and on kitchens. And I'm like, well, let's see if we can figure this out because I have a particular plan, and my plan for my kitchen has already appeared in my head for my log cabin. The rest of it's still coming. It's in bits and pieces, just putting the pieces together to make the jigsaw to complete the puzzle. And I went through and I did find a picture of what I wanted. So I was like, yes. Okay, so it wasn't, but it took 3 log cabin magazines to find these 3 portions. So it was kind of cool. But I did find my great room as well for the log cabin, how I want the big stone fireplace and everything else. So I found a picture of that. And then the one that had the barn in there with the great room and stuff had this massive stone fireplace. And I'm like, oh, yes. So I was kind of excited because it took me 3 magazines to find all these different pieces that I wanted. But I was super excited about that. And so then it was sort of like, oh, hello, you decided to come and grace us with your presence. Hi, Zeph. She's ready for her evening walk. But it's like 90 degrees outside still, so I'm going to wait another 30 minutes and see what happens. But yeah, and so then I was sort of like, well, this is really good. And it's like, what will I do now? And I'm like, nap time. So we went and I just went and laid on the bed and read. And then when Zeffie came in, it was like, okay, I'll nap with you. So I slept with Zeffie. and then woke up, and then here we are. And I was like, and I had totally forgotten to send my daughter-in-law happy Mother's Day messages. So I did that before I got online. And one of them came back and said, oh yeah, go check out my Instagram. And I was like, okay. And there's my little Benjamin and her having her first Mother's Day. And there was some good plans that were made. Some did good. Middle son did good. But anyway, so it's been an amazing day of the art of It's just making that decision to get offline, and just get out and go do things that just relax you. And but I'd have to tell you, going back into a Barnes and Noble after almost 2.5 years, it really did feel like coming home, taking that step inside and just taking that initial deep breath, and you're getting that Barnes and Noble smell of books and magazines, and yeah, it was awesome. So I haven't done that for ages. It's been a long time since I've been into stores. I've done Office Max, been there to pick up some printing, pick up a couple of bits and pieces. I've done one trip to Michael's so far, which is another home away from home. But I've been putting off the Barnes and Noble one for some time, and keep thinking, oh yeah, got to go check out their log cabin magazines, because you can't buy the actual magazine online, the issues. And so I'm just like, I'm just going to go get these ones, see what they're like, and who knows. So it's been a really good day of doing nothing. Zeffie's now conked out on the floor in front of the door. She's got her head along the side of the recliner, her nose pointing at the door. Like, if I tell her it's time to go, she'll be standing by the door ready to go. But anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening. How did you spend your day? How did you relax today? If you were celebrating Mother's Day, how did you spend Mother's Day? What fun did you get to have today with your mother, as a mother figure? How did you get to spend your day today? So let us know in the comments below, and I'm out of here. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for Magic Monday. Hey, Conera.